Welcome into the Blazers Uprise podcast. Today is a Monday. It's the start of another week. The Blazers play tomorrow. They go against the Clippers, and then they play the day after that. So we will have post-game streams the next couple of days. But for now, we just got a podcast. How are you doing today, Eric, man?
I'm pretty good. Yeah. Much like you, I'm a little tired.
Yeah, I'm a bit tired, but I'll try and bring the energy for now. I'll have a mailbag later tonight as well. And that's the upcoming plan for the channel. So looking forward to seeing the Blazers play in Los Angeles tomorrow. That'll be a bit of a litmus test. We'll get into that. We'll also talk about Carmelo Anthony winning Player of the Week, which I was a bit surprised to see. But before all that, we got to start off with everybody's favorite game. It's over-under. Now, for those of you who aren't watching this live, this might not be interesting since this is, we're participating with the chat live. We're letting them pick games with us for tonight. But if you don't want to watch this, if you're watching this video after it's gone live, I will post a timestamp in the description below where the rest of the podcast will start. But I want to start off with over-under because there are probably some games being played now. I have not looked. It's 4:40. Would like to start these podcasts a little bit earlier in the future just to start them before games start, just because it makes a little bit more sense when we're doing this game. But we're not looking at any scores. So chat, I hope that you guys aren't looking at scores, but if you guys want to cheat a little bit, that's a little advantage you guys can have because I think you guys are in last right now. Eric will update us on the scores. One other thing, I will this week try and figure out how to get an MP3 only version up on like an audio service platform, iTunes, something like that, so you guys can listen to this on the go where you don't just have to watch the video. So anyway, I think I covered everything in this intro. How many games do we got tonight, Eric?
We only have 6 tonight. So
okay, that sounds good because last time we did this, I think there was 14 games, which was a lot.
Yep.
So, alrighty, we're gonna jump straight into it.
Just to update on the standings.
Oh yeah.
So last time we did this, you went 6-8 and are now 37-40 on the year.
Okay.
I went 7-7 and am 41-36. And chat also went 7-7, and they are still 5 games below 500 at 29-34, but they're catching up to you.
How are you 41-36 and I'm 37-30? Oh, I'm 37-40. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. My math. See, I'm tired, man. My math was horrible there. So, alrighty, let's jump into the first game.
So, first game is the Utah Jazz are in Philadelphia tonight to take on the Sixers, and the Sixers are favored by 5.5.
That's in Utah or Philadelphia?
In Philly.
I'm gonna take Philadelphia. Utah just got I forget who they played, but they just got blown out.
Toronto.
Okay, yeah, they just got blown out by Toronto. I think they were down 40 at halftime, so I'm gonna keep rolling with that. I'm gonna take Philadelphia, covering that spread, winning by 6 or more. Also, shout out $1 donation from Dame Dollar. Appreciate it, bro.
What's up, Dame Dollar?
That's a blue tab that I haven't seen before. Yeah, maybe they changed the tabs for the super chats. I don't know. It looks a little different to me. Maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. Maybe I'm tired. Anyway, what's your bet for that game?
I'm gonna take the Utah. Just think it's gonna be a close game, so I always take the underdog in that situation.
Alrighty, we got chat with 76ers.
Okay. Next game is the Phoenix Suns are 4-point favorites in Charlotte tonight.
Suns have been struggling. As I said, I think the Suns overachieved. As I said, they had a ton of home games early on, which helped make them look a bit better than they are. I'm actually going to take Hornets there. 4 points at home against a struggling Phoenix Suns team. Makes sense. I'm going to take Charlotte.
I'm also taking Charlotte. Yeah, getting points at home against when 2 crappy teams, I'll take the home team.
For sure.
And Aaron Baines, I don't think is playing tonight, if that makes any difference to chat.
Yeah, didn't he come back last game?
Yeah, he played last game, and then I think he tightened up on him again or something.
Gotcha. Well, we got 4 right off the bat with the Suns. So we're
Okay.
rolling with the Suns there.
All right. And then next game is Golden State is in Atlanta, and Atlanta is favored by 6.5.
Before that, another shout out, Dame Dollar, another $1 donation, and shout out to Leo. Leo, I'd end up butchering your last name, so I'm not gonna try to say it.
Brunswick.
Okay, see, that's probably better than I would have done. But shout out to Leo for the 99-cent donation. Appreciate it, man. What was the game again? It was Atlanta and who?
Golden State is in Atlanta, and Atlanta's 6.5-point favorites. I think Kevon Looney's playing too. First game back.
Golden State's been playing better. I'm gonna take Golden State there. I think that game will be close. Golden State has been playing better. If they have Looney too, that's gonna be a good piece to have. Shout out Elias, $4 donation. He says Melo with the double zeros. You guys are killing it off the bat with the donations. Appreciate it, bro. Starting off December right. You got who you got?
I'm taking Golden State once again. Crappy teams.
Okay.
One of them getting 6.5. I'm gonna take it.
Yep, we got Atlanta with the chat.
All right. Next game is a huge point spread. The Knicks are facing the Bucks tonight in Milwaukee, and it's a 16.5-point spread.
Oh boy, yeah.
I'll right up the bat. I'm taking the Knicks because 16.5 is too much in any NBA game. But yeah. But yeah, you can take the Bucks if you want to go opposite.
Oh man, this is a coin flip one, bro. This is a coin flipper. Heads is the Bucks. All right, we're rolling with the heads. We're rolling with the Bucks.
All right.
I'm not gonna think about that point spread. That point spread's too high for me to think about. Chat's rolling with the Bucks as well.
All right. Someone said 16.5 spread. Come on, chat.
Oh wait. We got 4 Knicks, 3 Bucks. We're rolling. I think they're rolling with the Knicks. Yeah, they're rolling with the Knicks. I saw Knox. I didn't read it as Knicks. We got 3 for Knicks, 3 for Bucks, 1 for Knox.
All right.
What's up, Den Third?
We'll switch that to the Knicks then.
Yeah, we're on the Knicks.
All right. The only other road favorite tonight is Indiana is a 9-point favorite in Memphis tonight without John Morant.
I'm taking Indiana, man. John Morant makes that team go. Without John Morant, I don't see there's a way that the Grizzlies keep that within single digits. I'm taking Indiana.
I agree. I think Indiana's going to blow them out.
What's up? I'm bringing chili. Knox, LOL, Knicks.
Bucks by 22.
So, was that the last game? Was that game 6?
No. There's one more. The Chicago Bulls are at the Sacramento Kings, and the Kings are favored by 5.
I'm going
I'm taking Sacramento.
Is Otto Porter Jr. back?
I have not seen whether he's playing tonight or not.
All right, I'm going to play it safe then. I'm going to take the Kings as well. Going to take the Kings. I mean, the Bulls only, lost to us by 4, but they're not that good. Kings don't have De'Aaron Fox or Marvin Bagley. That is something to remember. I'm gonna switch that to the Bulls actually.
Okay.
I'm gonna switch that to the Bulls.
Looks like if my math's correctly, it's 4-3 in favor of Memphis for the Indiana game.
All right, there you go, Memphis.
Chance for chat to gain a game on us.
Chat right now has
or lose another game.
Exactly. We got 3 for Kings, 2 for Bulls, 4 for Kings. All right, chat's rolling with Kings.
All right.
Awesome.
You said you switched to Bulls?
Yeah, I switched to Bulls.
All right. That's all for tonight.
All right, dope, man. Alrighty, so I will try and timestamp that for anybody who's not watching this live, because I know a lot of people watch this after the fact. So if this is the time I time stamped welcome in. All right, we got over under out of the way. So something I saw today, man, something that surprised me was seeing that Carmelo Anthony won Player of the Week.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't Carmelo making his return, I don't think he would have won Player of the Week.
No.
Which surprised me because I didn't think they gave out Player of the Week based off like, oh, Melo's back, let's give it to Melo. You know what I mean? I just felt like it was so strictly performance based. I don't know how they decide Player of the Week, but I was surprised to see that it was Melo.
Yeah, it's not a Lifetime Achievement Award or a Story of the Week award.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Because I could understand both of those.
He averaged 22 points per game, 7 rebounds, and that's good.
Or so,
yeah, that's good numbers. That's good numbers for sure. But normally, every Player of the Week I've seen has better numbers than that. So I was a bit surprised to see Melo get that award. You know, I think Dame might have had better stat line this week. But I'm not complaining at all. It's whatever. I just thought it was a bit surprising.
Yeah, I think they kind of give it to whatever team has the best record and then the best player on that team sometimes. Because, officially, I guess I heard, I don't know if this is true or not, but that if you only play 2 games, you don't qualify for the weekly award, or they don't give it to a player who has only played 2 games, which eliminates Harden because the Rockets only play 2 games.
I don't know why they do that.
Yeah, I know, because it's not... I mean, he played twice. It's not like he was hurt or something. But he averaged 47 points, 6.5 assists, and 4.5 rebounds this week. So
and didn't win Player of the Week. Yeah,
right.
That's interesting, man. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. That's a bit silly in my opinion. I think you kind of got to do it, based off per game averages, and maybe you consider like totals for the week. But if the dude has 100 points in 2 games, why give it to the guy who had, let me do the math here, 66 points in 3 games, just because he played 3 games.
Yep. And then, we got to play the Bulls twice and OKC, so it's not like we played a tough team. Otherwise, we might have had a loss in there too.
Yeah.
But then Luka Doncic, he averaged 30.3 points, 8.7 rebounds, and 9 assists this week. So,
and that was only 2 games, huh?
No, he played 3 games, but they lost.
Wow.
So they were 2-1. So.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. I knew there was some good performances this week by some of the best players in the league. So when I saw it was Carmelo, it's like, okay, they're the league is showing their support for Carmelo. I just thought that was surprising.
Also, the Lakers went 3-1, but both LeBron and Anthony Davis had way better weeks than Melo as well.
Yeah.
It's I think it's cool that they're giving it to Melo just based on being a cool story, but he probably did not deserve this one. But I'll take it.
Probably not. Like I said, I'm not complaining at all. You know what I mean? The thing is, Player of the Week, you think that matters to anybody? Like, it probably doesn't even matter to the players at all. So Melo, definitely a guy like Melo is not caring about winning Player of the Week. He's just happy to be back in the league. He's not the type that's going to really care about winning a Player of the Week award. CJ played better than Melo this week too, says Dame Dollar. Yeah, you could make the case for CJ or Dame playing better than Melo. Andre Big says, I admit it's a little ridiculous, but Portland hardly gets any respect around the league, so I will definitely take it. I mean, yeah, that's the thing, too, is I don't even know who votes for this. So definitely have noticed a little bit more attention, though, from the media in general. So that just kind of goes along with that. I saw a promo yesterday that was saying that it was talking about, like, good individual matchups, and it was talking about LeBron versus Carmelo. Even though they don't really play the same position, are gonna go one-on-one versus each other. It was like they were marketing LeBron versus Carmelo instead of like LeBron versus Lillard. You know what I mean? I don't think I would have ever seen LeBron versus Lillard or anything like that, or Lillard including that. But since it's Carmelo, the name recognition in that promo, LeBron versus Carmelo and Kawhi versus Giannis highlights this week's individual matchups. It was like, would like to see Dame get a little respect. You know what I mean? Would like to see Dame get the attention that Melo's already gotten more attention since he came here than Dame has gotten in the past year, even though Dame has done some amazing things in the past year. So that's the thing, is it's just so unusual. It's been so interesting to watch the way that the league has paid attention to a player on the Blazers. It's unique for us as Blazer fans.
Yeah, I've seen that commercial pumping the Lakers Blazer game Friday night several times in the last couple of days.
Is that on ESPN or TNT?
It's on ESPN. It's Friday night.
Yeah, I'm sure the NBA is glad they put our games on national TV 20 times. I'm sure they were, before we signed Melo, they were looking at us like, this team sucks. Why we gotta, they suck. The Warriors suck. I forget. There was another team that's on national TV a lot that sucks. I forget who it was. Oh, Pelicans without Zion. You know what I mean? All these teams on TV that suck. And we kind of flipped that around because I bet you, man, that Lakers game, there's going to be so many people tuning in to watch the Lakers. There's going to be so many people tuning in to watch Carmelo Anthony. So that'll have really good ratings for the league. It'll be an interesting atmosphere in the arena, and I'm really looking forward to that game at the end of the week. I've enjoyed the 3 days off between the last game and this Clippers game. There's the third day off. I've enjoyed kind of relaxing this past weekend, not having to stream for 2 days in a row, just taking just a little mini break. Now I'm ready to get right back to it. Starting off with this podcast, but then Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, we got some games. Hopefully we can go 2-1. But that's two tough teams, Tuesday and Friday. We'll get to see how this team with Melo looks against a really good NBA team.
So Austin Wax asking if you think Melo can keep this efficiency on throughout the season and even the playoffs.
Like the efficiency for the past 3 games? No. The efficiency that he's had over the entire season, I think he could maybe shoot 37% from 3 and 46% from the field, which is what he's shooting right now. Yeah. I don't think he can shoot 50% from the field, which is what he shot the last 3 games. He shot over 50% from the field if you average together the last 3 games, because he had that game where he went 9-11. I think he was 50% the other 2 games. So I don't think he can keep up that level of efficiency, and Blazers fans definitely shouldn't expect him to do that. But in terms of where his efficiency is at right now, in terms of, because you're factoring in the first games he played when he was still coming back, the rust, and then you factor in the last 3 games, which I think is peak Carmelo. I think that's kind of what you can expect, and that's an improvement over the past 2 years.
Yeah, so I keep seeing things around Twitter and forums and stuff that say, oh, just wait until Melo starts doing Melo things. And so I'm curious what those Melo things are, and then people will say ball hogging and not passing the ball and stuff like that. Well, I looked at his career numbers are right in line with his passing numbers this year. Mm-hmm. It's just people have the narrative that he's a ball hog and doesn't ever pass. And so it seems like it's out of character for him to pass the way he is, but he really hasn't been that bad of a passer throughout his career. Yeah. It's not like he doesn't pass at all. It's the same thing with Kobe. Kobe always was a good passer. He just got the reputation that he never passed, and then it was there's no way to shake that,
Yeah, and I look at it this way. I don't think Carmelo still has the feeling that he can drop 30 points per game. And maybe I'm wrong, but I think he has a better grasp of who he is as a player now than he did the last couple years. Maybe he had a grasp of who he was in Houston, but they kind of yanked his chain, wouldn't let him shoot mid-range shots, that type of thing. So that just wasn't a good situation for him regardless. But I feel like he realizes, okay, I'm not the star on the team. You know what I mean? I'm not the guy who's going to need to go out there and drop 30 points a game or 25 points per game. I need to fit into what this team is doing. And therefore, I think he's kind of, playing within the system just because his mindset isn't the same as it has been when he was playing for the Denver Nuggets or the New York Knicks, where he was, expected to score 25 points per game. So I feel like he's instead of hunting his shot, he's just kind of like taking the opportunities when they're there. When he's hot, he's looking for a shot, but when he's not, or when he's seeing multiple bodies, he's making the right pass and he's making the right play. That's what I've been impressed with too, man. He's just consistently making the right play, consistently taking the right shot. He hasn't really taken he's taken a couple bad shots here or there, but it's been far fewer and in between. I think I butchered that saying. I don't know. He hasn't taken as many bad shots as I expected him to, and he's made the right pass more than I expected him to. So the brand of basketball he's playing is good.
And then the other thing people say is like, oh, well, all his teams he's contributed to them losing. And I can contend that if it wasn't for him, those teams might not have even been as good as they were. You got the Knicks situation. They've been crappy for a really long time. Mm-hmm. The only time they've even been relevant was a couple of years when he was playing well in his prime. And outside of that, and maybe a 2-week stretch of Jeremy Lin sanity, there isn't really. I mean, you can't really blame the Knicks situation on him, and they've been terrible ever since he's been gone too. So it's not like once he left, it was like addition by subtraction or anything. And then same thing, we've talked about this with OKC. They lost in the first round without him, won like 1 or 2 more games in the regular season without him. They tried to make him the scapegoat for the season before that. And they still weren't good enough that next season, weren't any better. And then the Houston situation, we both agree that it was more of a Harden thing, not a Melo thing, and he didn't even get a chance there to really do anything. So,
yeah, I mean, I think he'll keep helping the team. Even if he's not necessarily shooting the best, just having that threat out there will help the team. Just in terms of spacing, in terms of making things easier on Dame and CJ. And then when he is hot, he's obviously going to help the team because he's going to fill it up a little bit. He's also going to draw double teams here and there. Like there's a play where he drew a double team and kicked it out to CJ last game. And CJ knocked down the 3. CJ had basically a wide open 3 catch and shoot. So that's the thing. When he's making the right pass, he can draw defenders, he can draw attention, and it opens up things for other players. He can help the team when he's making that quick extra pass, that quick swing pass to a guy like Rodney Hood in the corner who can then knock down that 3, or he can attack the rim if he gets ran off the line. Carmelo, man, he's going to keep helping the team, and I love what I've seen so far. It's definitely not what I expected. I didn't expect him to be this good. I dropped a video in September saying that I don't think he was going to be the answer for any team for the rest of his career. I'll say I was wrong because right now he's been the answer for us. He's been a huge upgrade, and part of that is who we were playing before. That's why I was on board with the Carmelo signing the day before it happened, was because I was getting sick and tired of the lack of production from that position with Hazonia and Tolliver, man. It's just been such a refreshing upgrade to have somebody like Carmelo instead of playing Tolliver or Hazonia. So
you don't miss those few games before that where Tolliver was playing 30 minutes?
God, that was brutal, man. And that's what I was saying on my free agency stream that we did. Like, we can't rely on Hazonia and Tolliver, man. I'm still planning on making a video where I go to that Hazonia video I dropped, and I want to go look through the comment section just to like read the heat I got on that. I wonder if I still have a couple of the DMs I got sent where guys were telling me that I have no idea what in the world I was talking about in regards to Hazonia, and I just thought that was funny because I actually watched Hazonia play a bit in New York and Orlando. After his 3rd season in Orlando, I was actually in favor of getting Hazonia because he looked good, and then he went to New York and looked awful, and at that point I was like, no, this dude sucks. This dude is just not a good NBA player. Would be a good Euro player. Should go play overseas, go back home and dominate the Euro League, because his talent in the Euro League would be he'd be a really, really good player over there. It just doesn't really translate well to the NBA game. But yeah. It's
got to be kind of frustrating, though, because he does have some skills. If he could just shoot better, I think it would open up his game a lot more. But
if he could, yeah. I mean, but that's a lot of guys, too, if you really think about it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, if he shot better, guys would have to run him off the line. Then he could get into the paint and attack the rim or make plays. It's just like, the dude is. We've had Bazemore too. Bazemore and Hazonia, man, they drive like they don't see who's in front of them.
Yeah.
They'll drive head first into a defender. It's like they're driving head first against a brick wall, and they don't see the brick wall that's right there. And then they, either absorb the contact and flip up something wild, or they lose the ball. That's been Azonia's biggest problem, man, is especially in transition. Dude just tries to go to the rim and hopes that whoever ends up in his way, he's either able to get through him or get fouled. It just, I don't know, it doesn't work well for him. That's really what surprised me too, is I figured, all this talk about him having court vision. Yeah, he can't even see the defender in front of him. So it's been nice having Melo.
13 days till we can trade him.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He's fine on the team if he's not playing. I don't think he's a bad locker room guy. Same with Tolliver, especially. He's a good locker room guy. He's been getting hyped on the bench for Melo. You know what I mean? That's why I'm fine with Tolliver on the roster. If Tolliver's not playing, he's a veteran and he's supportive of his team, and he's obviously a good dude. So that's the thing. It's frustrating him playing 30 minutes and just because he's not a player that should be on an NBA court, especially for a contending team. But locker room, in terms of the locker room, I'm fine with Tolliver on the team. So that's the thing. We can trade him December 15th, which is only 13 days away. That's crazy. It's already December. Wow. All right. I'm not necessarily open for a trade December 15th, but we'll have a video covering possible December 15th trades, including Tolliver, Hazonia. We'll get into that at a later date. That might be a good podcast segment, or that'll be we'll make it the basis of a trade talk video. Which, speaking of a trade talk video, I'll post a prompt in the community tab today. Eric has talked about doing that video. He gets a new laptop tomorrow, so maybe we can have that. I want to do it on Tuesdays. But the first one, maybe we'll do it on a Friday or something. I don't know. Maybe do a shorter one. Anyway, I'll post a prompt for that, and it'll be up sometime in the next week. We'll figure that out. But Eric knows his CBA. He knows his trade stuff, so that'll be a cool video. Video for him to do, because he wants to get into that a little bit. Anyway,
take some pressure off you.
Yeah, for sure. And that's the thing, is you're so noticeable in terms of how do I explain it? People know you now. You know what I'm saying? People know you now, so it'd be cool to see it'd be cool for me to see a video from you. And it'd be cool for other people to see a video from you. I want to see how good you are right off the bat at putting that together. I know I'm gonna have to. He's gonna be my protege. But we'll see how that goes for sure. Anyway, I'm gonna read the comments. Is there any we've only been live for 25 minutes. We didn't really plan out this podcast as much as we should have. So we can take questions from the chat.
Austin Wax asking, when Collins is healthy, do you think he'll be coming off the bench? It's kind of hard to tell right now because of the situation, but I certainly think he'll be the backup, in that he could back up either the 4 or the 5. That's probably where it's going to go by the time he gets back.
I mean, yeah, and it depends, if we have Blake Griffin and Yusuf Nurkic, then yeah, he's coming off the bench, so it depends on what moves we make. If we keep the roster as is, I don't know. That'll be an interesting decision later on in the season. If Carmelo and Nurkic are working really well together, then I think that Collins would stay off the bench, because we don't have much of a sample size of Collins playing with Nurkic. So breaking up something that's working well, something that's going good with Melo and Nurkic, I don't think they'd do that just to start Collins. I think Collins actually fits pretty well with Labissiere. Both guys are kind of power forward, center, hybrid, mobile big men. Some people would say Scow is slow. I think he can play power forward, though. Collins can play power forward or center. So you could play those two together. Both guys can shoot the ball. Both guys can protect the rim a little bit. and I think they complement each other well. You wouldn't even have to have one necessarily labeled as the power forward and one necessarily labeled as the center.
Right.
So, but Scal might not even be in the rotation. I feel like Scal might kill it all season long, and then he gets replaced.
Right.
Like we bring somebody in or bring in a veteran off the buyout market who might not even necessarily be better than Scal, but because he's a veteran and because O'Shea decides to bring him in, Stotts plays him, and Stotts leans towards playing veterans. So that'll be interesting to see. Maybe a guy like Marvin Williams comes in and takes Scal's minutes and Collins the backup center.
Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping we have this problem. It'd be a good problem to have. But yeah, we just don't know how Collins is going to be coming back, if he's going to be ready to play at the end of the season. And then the good thing about it, because Josh Christensen is saying, let's be honest, is Collins returning from injury really going to be better than Scal? The good part about Collins' injury is it's non-shooting arm, so it shouldn't affect his shot as much as it would if it was his shooting arm.
Yeah.
But yeah, you never know how well they're going to come back and how soon they'll come back, what they'll be like for a while after they come back, getting back in shape and stuff. But Collins should be able to run and stay in at least good cardiovascular shape while he's out. Maybe not basketball shape, but...
That's the thing, too, is people talking about, once he comes back, he's going to be bad for a while. I don't think that's the case. Like, once he gets a feel for the game again... he might struggle to shoot, but like a lot of his game is based off instinct. His rim protection, he's not going to lose that. His defense, he's not going to lose that. A lot of his interior buckets come off rolling to the rim and getting very easy looks inside. So I don't see how he's going to be much different. Like once he returns, I think he's going to be the Zach Collins that we saw at the start of the season. Maybe not shooting 40% from three, which he shot over the first 3 games. But, in terms of everything else, I think he'll come back and be pretty much who he is. I don't think he's going to need a long recovery time playing after the injury to get back to who he is. So that's something that I've seen fans say that I don't really agree with.
Yeah, and then... So Eternal Scrub says, I feel like Scal, Nas, and Gary Trent Jr. weren't supposed to play this year. And then Russell says, yeah, true, these two said the same earlier in the season. I think we both thought that Scal would get some minutes to try to see if he had some growth, but we thought Gasol was going to be ready for the beginning of the season too. So we thought between Gasol, Tolliver, and Scal, they'd probably ride the hot hand if they needed 3-point shooting and stuff, and lean more towards Tolliver. At least that's what I thought. And then but they'd probably give Scal some minutes earlier in games and see if he was playing better. And then if he's not doing it,
yeah, I expected Scal to play some power forward, and when we had Collins, you know what I mean, we wouldn't have had a spot for Nas to play, because I was expecting Scal and Pau Gasol to play together.
And Gary Trent Jr. has really only played in the games where Dame missed. He's played very limited minutes. He's played
solid, though. I will give him that. He's played solid, because I haven't been the highest on Gary Trent Jr., but he might be a better option than Kent Bazemore if Kent Bazemore keeps playing like this. Kent Bazemore's defense is good, but offensively, Gary Trent Jr. is the better player. He's the better shooter. He's the more efficient player. I think he'd be more efficient if he got Bazemore's minutes. Bazemore's playmaking isn't that good. I think is slightly overrated by Blazer fans. He hasn't really been making plays off the dribble. He hasn't really been creating. So I don't know. I'm not super high on Bazemore right now, so I might be in support of possibly giving some of Bazemore's minutes to Gary Trent Jr., which is something that I didn't expect to be saying. So yeah, I didn't expect Nas and Gary Trent Jr. to be playing.
And that's just a case, I think, of injuries and the product of our team struggling.
Yeah, exactly. But since we're speaking of Nas, he cut his hair.
It looks so weird.
It looks so weird, man. I don't like it. Like I liked his hair, man. That was kind of his thing.
I'm waiting to see how he looks on the court next game
before
judging for sure. But I don't know. I wouldn't. As we've talked about on this show many times about our hair, I hate having hair, man. Especially playing basketball, I get shave it, and I just hate having to deal with it or messing with it while I'm playing. So I just shave it off. Um,
Yeah.
and so I can't imagine having hair like he had. You mentioned Elfrid Payton a couple days ago. I couldn't play basketball with hair like that. It would just drive me crazy. So like.
Who the hell is Herman Munster, bro? I'm gonna have to look up Herman Munster while you talk about, or I'm gonna have to look him up while I talk about.
It's not a compliment.
Talk about the hair. Oh, he's dissing you.
Like a Frankenstein.
Herman... Oh no.
Like yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's harsh. That's harsh. You don't look like Herman Munster. All right,
it's fine. I don't care.
We'll save your confidence. You don't look like that thing. I won't even say that guy because that looks like a. I don't even know.
I'm 40 years old. I'm married happily, and I have 3 kids. I don't really have to worry about it looks so much.
Yeah. So that's why he shaves his head almost bald.
Sure.
I'm just kidding. Oh man. But yeah, I don't like playing with long hair. If it helps him play better, then I'm in support of it. I don't care that much. I did like his hair, but I don't care that much. If he plays better, then it's definitely a good thing. But if it bothered him, he probably wouldn't have had it in the first place. So
he won't be as tall.
True. But that's the thing. A lot of his he'll look short, but a lot of his size comes from his wingspan.
Right.
7'2" wingspan. He has like an 8'9" standing reach, even though he's only 6'5". That's a really tall standing reach for only being 6'5". I wish I had I'm 6'4" without shoes, so I'm an inch shorter than Nas, but my standing reach is like 8'4", 8'3", 8'4". I wish I had a 8'9" standing reach, man. It'd be so much easier for me to dunk. Because I can tap rim on lay-ins, like, pretty easy, but I can't get, like, high enough to just turn it over and dunk it. If I had an 8'8", 8'9" standing reach, which there's people in the chat that are under 6 foot that are like, shut the hell up, you're 6'4". Oh, I hear you complaining about not having longer arms. I'm just saying, it's kind of sucks to be, like, that close but not be able to consistently dunk. It's kind of like a tease in a way. So,
I'm even.
You're cutting out.
Me.
Restart that. You were cutting out, and it wasn't my internet this time. It was yours.
I think you might have a longer standing reach than me.
Maybe. I mean, what's your wingspan?
My wingspan is about my size. It's right around 6'6". So.
Yeah. See, that's what mine is. So I don't think I have a taller standing reach than you. You're an inch taller than me because you're 6'6" with shoes, right? Yeah, well, basketball height. But that's not basketball height anymore because now they took away shoes. So now I went from 6'5" to 6'4" because I always talk about, I'm 6'5" because that's, they measure basketball players in shoes. That's what I identify as. Now they took that away from me, so now I'm 6'4".
Yeah.
So you're
I'm 6'5" and 7/8".
Oh yeah. Okay, so 2
Without
inches taller
shoes.
than me.
Yeah.
2 inches taller than me. You got a taller standing reach than me. I can guarantee that because my wingspan isn't like NBA wingspans are. A lot of these NBA guys have such long arms. I mean, you look at Talen Horton-Tucker for the Lakers. That's a guy a lot of you might not know, but he's like 6'4" with a 7-foot wingspan. It's just that's crazy, man. Like. That's crazy. There's a guy for Charlotte who I played against, and he's 6'7" without shoes, but he has a 7'2" wingspan. And just playing against guys like that's rough because their arms are everywhere. But yeah, so Caleb Jackson, I'd posterize both of you. I'm 5'8" with shoes. Can you touch net? Because are you talking about posterizing me on a 7-foot rim, which you wouldn't anyway? But yeah, nah, you're not posterizing me, bro.
Those little Fisher-Price hoops.
Yeah, a little Fisher-Price hoop. Yeah, but no, then he'd have to go through me, which good luck with that. Yeah, Yeah.
So,
So
some people keep asking us to address the LaMarcus Aldridge rumors. I'll start real quick. I don't want
I
Aldridge back on the team.
yeah, no. I'm not even gonna address that. You can if you want, but like dude's causing issues in San Antonio. Like dude's caused issues in Portland and San Antonio. Uh I'm not a fan of Aldridge coming back unless he's matured where he's not causing issues, which it doesn't seem like that's the case. So I'm not a fan of that. I'd rather go out and get something else.
Yeah, you would hope he would mature by now since he's in his mid-30s, but like the rumor was that he asked Coach Pop to take DeJounte Murray out of the starting lineup, and then that's just crazy. Like he needs to stop doing stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I 100% agree. He'd help our team if it was the right trade. I'd for just considering his skill set, it makes sense to trade Whiteside for him. Just because Aldridge can play center and power forward, you know what I mean? And Whiteside can't play next to Nurkic. I think Aldridge could. So it'd make more sense just from a fit standpoint. But the extra stuff, I don't want that. I think it caused problems.
So Tommy Thompson says Hassan had issues too, in quotation marks. So Hassan's not like mad that he's not the star of the team though. He likes that he has Dame and CJ on his team to take some focus off, whereas Aldridge wants everything to revolve around him. And I guess it was really draining on a lot of the front office people to have to walk on eggshells every time they're around him, so they didn't upset him at all because he was so sensitive to all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. If you don't have anything else left to say on that, I'm gonna address chat.
Okay.
Cause there's a little something. Okay, so I'm bringing Chili says, damn, I thought Torrey was like 5'8", bro. My man's is huge. That's funny. That's funny that Caleb Jackson agreed with that. He said same Chili, hard to tell, waist up though. I think you look big, just from the camera. You know what I mean? You look like you're tall, just from the camera. Maybe I'm wrong, but chat. For those of you who didn't know, Eric was 6'5", 6'6". 6'6". I keep thinking 6'5". Those of you who didn't know Eric was 6'6", like, did you guess it was somewhere around there? Or did you think he was short too? Because apparently the people that don't know that I am 6'4", thought I was a lot shorter than that. Thought I was 8 inches shorter. But Mikhail came in here with the heat, man. He says, both y'all got some weak ass hops talking about being 6'4", 6'6", and can't dunk. White man can't jump. I can dunk. I mean, I'm talking about like if I had longer wingspan, I could literally dunk from a standstill in traffic. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. I can dunk. Also, Eric's 40. Eric's a big guy.
I'm 40 years old and a little overweight, and I just had foot surgery. That's been.
Yeah, I mean, no offense to Eric. Eric doesn't really jump, but I mean, like, you're dissing a 40-year-old man for not being able to jump. I fully
admit I have lost whatever hops I did have. I'm hoping that this surgery, once I'm fully healed, I'll regain some of it. But
yeah, I mean that. Eric's game is ground based, but he's a bully. You know what I mean? Like Mikhail, you don't want to be guarding him down there in the low post, man. But it's always funny when it's like somebody that I've never seen comment in the chat, and maybe I'm wrong, but it's always funny when it's somebody that I haven't seen comment comes in here and tries to diss and tries to talk a little trash, because there are guys like that that'll come in the chat and diss us or say something, and then I won't see them again. You know what I mean? Yeah. They'll come in just to throw a shot here, and then, all right, I'm out. It's like that person, when there's a brawl in public that comes in, they're not involved at all, comes in, throws a punch, then walks away.
Right.
Like, I saw that happen at a Blazer game once. It was after, God, what game was it after? It was the last game of the season. They ended up losing in the playoffs. I think it was against, I forget who it was against. But there was a like brawl, between fans. I don't know if it was a Mavericks fan or what. I don't really remember, but this guy came in just from nowhere. He like ran up from like far away in the concourse, and there was like 5 people fighting. This dude like runs up, throws a punch, socks this dude, and then he like walks away like this and gets out of there. It's like, what the hell, man? Like, dude wanted to take out his anger, so he just ran up and punched somebody random and then walked away. Being 48, no excuse. Vince Carter can still dunk.
Yeah, because being compared to like the greatest dunker of all time, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. Like, if Vince Carter can dunk, bro. I mean, like, what? If Vince Carter can dunk, why can't you dunk? Like, you're the same height and the same age, man.
Man,
obviously, you're unathletic, bro.
Mikhail, I fully admit I could not jump at all. I have no hops. I never really had hops. I could dunk back in the day because I was tall, but that was about the extent of my abilities. And I fully admit I cannot jump, but that doesn't mean that I can't ball. And if you are in the Portland area, feel free to come play with us sometime, and you'll get schooled.
Ooh, yeah, see, man's Eric's bringing the heat. You guys don't want to mess with Eric too. You guys would not be able to hold your own there in the low post. I have to work hard to keep that back down in check. I'm bringing Chili says, why all dissing on Eric? My man just trying to do the podcast.
It's all good, Chili. Thanks though.
That Dame fan says, I have like 4 dunks in the package, but that's it. He says he's 16 and 6'1" with a 6'3" wingspan. The fact that you can dunk at 6'1" is pretty impressive. Eric is 6'6". That Dame fan, what's your best dunk in the package? Eric, could you ever dunk though?
Yeah, I just said I could dunk there was a good 4 to 5 year stretch where I could throw it down, but
yeah. What was the best dunk in your package, in your dunk package?
I didn't really do anything fancy. There was like a few month period where I could dunk off like a bounce or like a alley-oop type thing, but mostly it's just straight away.
Yeah. See, I had a couple dunks in my dunk package. Don't really have them anymore. I was 30 pounds lighter, and my knees were a lot better. Probably because I was 30 pounds lighter, but I could like 270. You know, a lot of people would call it 360 off an alley-oop, off the bounce. I could stand at the elbow, jump. I did this one in dunk contest. Stand at the elbow, jump, go between the legs, and lob it off the board. And it was like something that like LeBron would do in warm-ups, and then take like 3 steps and 2-foot jump and dunk. One time I stood behind the backboard. I was trying to get this one down, man, and I couldn't really get it. But I was able to once rim graze a dunk where I was standing behind the backboard, threw it off the backboard, took a couple steps, like caught it, caught the oop off the back of the backboard and bring it on the other side and dunk. And I could reverse. That was like the extent of my dunking. Which I thought it was okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't the most athletic. You know, I couldn't windmill or anything. But like I caught a lob. I caught a lob in an All-Star game type thing. Like I was okay. You know what I mean? And I wasn't even the most athletic dunker on my team. Like we had a guy who was windmilling, who was catching lobs easily on people. Like, but yeah. Mikhail, you're not gonna cross anybody, man. You're not crossing anybody. You're coming in and being edgy, and it comes across as a little bit fake, saying, "Dog, I'll cross your old ass." Yeah, no. You don't really know what you're talking about here, man. Maybe you can play. Like, you're not crossing anybody unless you're like a legit college level player. Which the thing is, people saying, "Dog, I'll cross your old ass" to a 40-year-old usually aren't college level players. So I'm not taking you for your word there. That Dame fan says, "How tall are you, Tori?" I'm 6'4".
I don't know, man.
Oh, you answered it.
I played in a league with Ime Adoka once, and he talked mad trash to me. I was only in my 20s then, though.
Yeah. Yeah, you played in a good league, man. You played in a good league. My league definitely isn't that good. Now I'm having to rebuild my team too, cause my team left because we were too good. So like some of my guys left. We won the championship by what 25 points. I don't know. So now I'm having to figure all that out.
Mikhail, do you live in the Portland area?
Yeah, we gotta get that man out. The thing is, dude won't hang around.
No, he won't show up.
Yeah, he won't hang around and he won't show up. Yeah, that damn fan we're both tall.
That damn fan's asking questions. You must be new around here. Tori talks about
I've seen him. I've seen him.
He's asking if either of us played college ball. Tori always talks about his year in college.
What are you talking about? I talk about it like once every 4 live streams.
I'm teasing.
Once every 5 live streams.
I know. I'm teasing you.
Trying to make me look bad. I know you're teasing, but nah. I don't want to be that guy.
No, man.
I don't want to be that guy that's like, oh, he's just living in college, man. He peaked in college.
No, I was more making a joke about how you played in 1 year in college and you think you know the NBA or whatever.
Oh, yeah. I get where you're going with that, because there are people that always try and discredit me by bringing up the fact that I played college basketball, like somehow in some twisted logic like that, which makes no sense whatsoever, but... I'm bringing Chili says his dunk package includes windmill dunks on the mini hoop.
Yep.
Door height. So he's talking about those Nerf hoops. I got a good Nerf hoop. I got to put it up. But alrighty. I think we're good. Good for this podcast today. I'm gonna go record
Caleb said
mailbag.
Caleb says you say you play college ball every 5 minutes.
Yeah. No, I don't, bro. Come on, man. Don't do me like that. I definitely don't. You guys barely know. I literally haven't told any stories from my college basketball days. How many stories have I told? Do you know what I mean? I haven't told any stories. Yeah. Wonder why? Because if I told one story, oh dang, Tori's just always talking about college basketball. Even if it's a joke, like, nope. All right, Mikhail, you're gonna get hidden, buddy, unless you can quit being an asshole.
No one's about her, man. It's all good.
You're literally coming in here talking shit, and we're not even really responding to you, bro. We're saying you can come play us and see what's up. That's literally about it. I'm bringing Chili. Says no. The Chili man must be entertained. Please do not end. I mean, we'll have 3 streams in the next 2 days. Because Tuesday night we'll have our post game stream covering that Clippers game, and then the day after we'll have our Wednesday podcast, and then we'll have our Wednesday post game stream. So we'll have you guys covered for sure. Caleb, I know you're joking, bro, but people will act. That's the thing is. There are people that will like joke about it and it'll be funny, but I almost like have to take it seriously because there are actually a lot of people out there that'll say things like that and be 100% serious about it. Like, you talk about college basketball too much, or you think you know. I'll bring up a story about college basketball, and they'll literally spin it back on me and say and claim that I think I know everything because I played college ball. You know what I mean? It's almost like I don't know. It's almost like people feel threatened or something. I don't understand it, but it's like they don't like. I don't know, man. I just get it used against me a lot. So that's why people are like, oh, you talk about college basketball a lot, joking and stuff like that. I don't know. See, I'm gonna show this message. This is the type of stuff that you have to deal with as a YouTuber here and there, and I'm at the point where I it doesn't affect me, but I'm just gonna show Mikhail's message right there, because that's the thing is it came up and I had the option to hide it or show it because of he's talking trash that he got noticed by the YouTube censoring. But see, that's the thing, this dude, you got people hiding behind a keyboard talking trash that would not talk trash to me and Eric, man. If me and Eric were together, I don't think anybody is coming up by themselves and talking trash, because Eric's a big ass dude. I'm a big dude. You can hide behind that keyboard, bro. That's completely fine. But just know it doesn't make you look good, Mikhail. But that I just wanted to show you guys the type of stuff that I get from here and there. And normally I hide that type of stuff because normally it gets censored. But yeah. So I'm not gonna engage with him anymore. I'm gonna hide him, and that's gonna be that.
Yeah, I don't see the point of that crap.
It's like, what are you accomplishing? What are you accomplishing with this? Flexing on a 40-year-old. All right. Mikhail can't hold Tori's jockstrap though. I mean, see, this dude's talking about how across us we offered him the opportunity. Like, okay, once we start playing pickup ball in the spring, like, come prove it. Come show you can cross us. No, he had to go the route of being super disrespectful and extra, so I had to hide him. So I don't know. I was willing to let him prove himself. I was willing to let him, stand up for himself, but nope.
Mikhail, keep tuning in. We'll let you know when we play ball next, and you can come play. We're more than happy to have you prove us wrong.
Yep, for sure, bro. That'll be an interesting video, because I do want to make a couple videos playing some pickup ball, especially once the season ends, just because we'll need content. That'll be cool.
For sure.
So anyway. If Randall Pink Floyd says Sirius and Eric's a movie star kind of way.
That's the Herman Meister guy. He's obsessed with.
Yeah. I'm gonna start calling you Herman.
That's fine. I don't care.
No, I'm just kidding. That's rude. That's toxic. That's too toxic. Anyway, I'm still a little bit tired, so I'm running out a little bit of steam here, so I'm just gonna sign off on this podcast. As always, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll have the streams come in the next couple of days.
Yeah,
what were you gonna say?
Thanks everyone. Have a good night.
Yeah, for sure, man. So yeah, we'll see you guys later. As always, peace out. Go Blazers.